Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Infinity here. So, as most of you know, Father's Day is today. So, I figured I don't know, just talk about my experience with father figures at least. You see, before I was even born, my dad literally fucking abandoned me. My mom tells me stories about him, and she's fine with telling me about this, fine with all that sort of shit. But the thing is like, my dad was not a great person. Like, he forced himself on my mom once, and while she was pregnant with me, he even, like, attacked her. And my mom is, like, one strong, like, she's, like, the strongest woman I know, pretty much. Like, right next to my grandma, because my grandma could probably kick both my mom's and my ass at the same time. Needless to say, she was part of the Navy. She actually met my dad in the Navy too, I guess. They both started out as engineers, I believe, but, you know, by the time she was 20, she had me. And my dad left before I was even born. And my mom gave him chances to come and see me. But honestly, he just was never interested. Technically, I have like 2 or 3 stepbrothers that I'm probably just never gonna meet. But I'm fine with that. I mean, growing up, I always thought about how cool it'd be to have like a brother or sister or something, just because I had a really lonely time growing up. But honestly, like, it's not too much of an issue for me. But yeah, my dad, it's never been a part of my life. He has never once done anything really important for me. The only thing that's important that he's done for me is he works for the government, and so my mom's like insurance coverage on me is fucking great because he's forced to do that sort of stuff because of something that I forget until I'm 26. I don't know the specifics of it, but I know that's how it works. And so, like, that's honestly helped me out a lot. Like, I told you guys about how I was in the hospital, like, what was it? God, that was almost, like, 9 months ago, something like that. But I was back in the hospital. It really helped me back then, because I had to, like, pay for all the time that I spent there, and I recently got all that shit paid off. I'm going to college now, that sort of shit. But, like, because of that insurance, it saved me and my mom a fuck ton of money when it comes to my health expenses, because I have a lot of shit that's wrong with me. And it kind of has me worried for when I do grow up to be 26 and when I'm off of his insurance, because I don't know how much a lot of the stuff I'm going to do is actually going to cost. But, you know, we'll find out eventually. Hopefully I'll be rich by then or something. But, yeah, never been a part of my life. Closest to a father figure I've actually had is my uncle. My uncle who sat by and, like, let my cousin beat me up every single day for a year. I'd call my mom crying, telling her I don't want to be here, telling her how much I hate the place, saying that I was getting beat up, but she just brushed off the entire thing multiple times. Like, she's like, oh, you know, you guys are just guys, and my uncle would just be like, oh, you just need to be stronger, you need to stand up to him. And then, of course, if I did stand up to him, I'd be the one getting in trouble. Super fair, right? But that was pretty much my life. For like a whole fucking year, I was getting beat up by my cousin day after day after day after day. Even at school, him and his friends would beat me up. It was a fun time. I fucking hated it there. And he even threatened to, like, shoot one of my dogs, like, multiple times. And he knew it upset me, but he'd always come up to me and be like, I'm gonna fucking shoot one of your dogs one of these days. And I'm just like, I'm fucking, how old was I? I was in the 3rd grade. So, 13 years ago, 21 minus 13. I was like 8 or 9 at the time. And so, my uncle just thinks it's this great idea to talk to his 8 or 9-year-old nephew and say, "I'm gonna shoot your fucking dog." That was my life, you know? Closest to a father figure I ever had. Needless to say, I grew up super fucking shitty, so... But it's always weird because people always talk to me and they're like, "Oh, so what are you going to be doing this Father's Day? What are you going to be doing for your dad?" And, like, I guess it's just such a norm for there to be, like, families with a mom and a dad, but, like, I never know what to say. Am I supposed to be like, "Hey, I don't have a dad"? Because, like, whenever I do that, they're like, "Oh, well, why don't you have one? Why do you think I don't have one?" If I don't have a dad, that means that, like, he's either dead or abandoned the family. That's all it could be. Like, even if I had a dad and he just, like, left me and my mom, like, he'd still, like, be my dad. Like, he'd be in it with another family, but he'd still, like, be my dad, you know? But in this case, like, he left before I was even born. Like, he had absolutely nothing to do with my life growing up. Like, why do people want to know about this so badly? Like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Because either I can tell you, like, my dad fucking abused my mom multiple times, was a shitty fucking person and parent, cheated on my mom too, and she didn't deal with any of that bullshit, but she tried to get him to be a part of my life and he still didn't want to be a part of it. Like, why do you want to hear this deep shit? Why can't you just be like, "Oh, okay"? Like, the fuck, dude? If someone says, "Oh, well, I don't have a dad," don't dig into it, especially if you don't know the person. I mean, it's like those people that come up to you and they're like, "Oh my god, what race are you? Oh my god, like, what's your mom? What's your dad? Like, are you this? Are you this? Are you this?" It's like, why the fuck does it matter? You don't need to ask this. I'm not supposed to be something to sate your curiosity. I'm a person. You shouldn't be intruding into my personal space like this. It's just weird. Would you ever just go up to someone and be like, "Hey, is one of your parents dead? Or did one of your parents just abandon your family?" I'm assuming you wouldn't do that because that's pretty fucked up. But the thing is when you do that, when you go up to someone and you ask them, "Hey, what are you doing for your dad for Father's Day?" and they say, "I don't have a dad," that's exactly what you're fucking doing. You're coming up to them and you're being like, "You don't have a dad. Why don't you have a dad?" When there's only 2 answers to the question. And those 2 answers are personal shit you shouldn't be asking. And then if you're like, I don't want to talk about it, then they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, come on. But I don't know what really prompted me to make this video. I don't know. A lot of the guy figures I've had in my life have been very, 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 very shitty people. They let a lot of bad shit happen to me, or they just didn't care about me at all. In fact, that goes for a lot of figures in my life, but that's a video for another time, right? So, I guess that's really all I had to say. But I just wanted to make this video about it because it's something that fucking gets on my nerves around this time every year. But hey, I hope you're having a great Father's Day for all of you good dads out there. And any of you kids that do have good dads out there, treat them right, you know? But anyway, this has been a video. Have a good one.